drills a three. Muse battles for the rebounds and goes up for the second chance point.
Wants three, give her three.
Inbound, Leonidas, this one will count.
Two teams trying to make a move in the Mountain West Conference standings square off this afternoon at ExtraMile Arena in Boise. Thanks for joining us today as Colorado State Rams visit the Boise State Broncos. With former Boise State standout Heather Berry, I'm Mark Snyder. Boise State looking to continue the momentum off a big win Wednesday night here at ExtraMile Arena against the defending Mountain West Tournament champion, the Wyoming Cowgirls.
The Broncos had a great team victory against Wyoming on Wednesday, led by Rachel Bowers and Mary Kay Narrow. The Broncos came out stellar in the second half and had the best fourth quarter of the season, scoring 28 points compared to 11 put on by Wyoming.
Boise State and coach Gordy Presnell hoping that momentum rides into today when they rematch against Colorado State, who beat Boise State in the season opener in Fort Collins in December, 81-77. That game, Boise State had a chance, but fell short.
They did. The Broncos obviously win at Colorado State so close. One of the things that happened there was the Rams went to the free throw line 32 times.
These two teams had their feet off of two very talented transfer guards. For Boise State, it's the former Brown player, Dominique Leonidas.
Dominique is doing it on both ends of the floor for the Broncos. She's leading the team right now with 11.3 points, 3.8 assists per game, and she had 13 points versus Wyoming in that win on Wednesday.
And for Colorado State, it's the former Seton Hall Pirate, McKenna Hofschild, who set a Ram record with 17 assists against Utah State Wednesday night. That's the second most in a single game in Mountain West history.
Yeah, McKenna has been a leader on this team, being a junior this year. She is leading their team with 17 points, and she is doing it on both ends of the floor, just like Dominique is for this team.
We check out the tail of the tape between those two transfer guards, and you can see that really, as they used to talk about Reggie Jackson, they're the straws that stir the drink.
They are. Being in that point guard position, as you see here, it's very similar for what they have. Obviously, the points, assists per game for Hofschild helped because she was with that 17 assists there. She was doing that.
It's Boise State and Colorado State next on the Mountain West Network. And welcome back to ExtraMile Arena. The Broncos being introduced here to the crowd. And Heather, as you look at the comparison of these two teams, Colorado State coming in at 3-3 in conference play, Boise State at 2-4. A Boise State win draws them even with the Rams in the conference standings.
It is, and what's happening here, as you can see, the Rams are shooting a little bit better this season than the Broncos. As we know, the Broncos have had a couple games that just haven't been able to get the ball in the basket, but they're very similar on the rebounds per game, and the Broncos need to take care of the ball today and not try to get to that 13.2 versus the 11 that the Colorado Rams are averaging this season.
Boise State actually shot better from the field against Colorado State in that first game of the season on December 28th. Out field goaling Colorado State 32-25, but as Heather mentioned in the open, it was the big disparity on the free throw line. Colorado State was 26 of 37 from the line, while Boise State was 11 of 18. Let's meet the starters for this afternoon's game. For the Boise State Broncos, Mary Kay Narrow, a sophomore out of Beaverton, Oregon. Anna Osley, a sophomore from Scottsdale, Arizona. Dominique Leonidas from Stone Mountain, Georgia, the transfer from Brown. Elodie Lalotte from Paris, France, a 6'1 sophomore. And Abby Muse from Brentwood, California, a 6'3 sophomore. Getting set to toss the ball up is Ken Nash, and we are underway. We'll set the Colorado State lineup for you in a moment. The pass quickly down low to Osley. And Boise State looks to attack here in the early going. Leonidas, nice pass down low for the basket by Lalotte. And that's that vision and those assists that you were talking about.
It is nice pick and roll right there by those two. Dominique seeing that Elodie Lalotte was open for the easy bucket.
Now here's Colorado State. This is Upe Atasu. Gives the ball up to Farkas. Outside Hofschild. And now Carly Murphy out of River Falls, Wisconsin, to transfer from Wisconsin Green Bay, and clearing the rebound for Boise State is Abby Muse, who averages nearly 7 a game. Muse in the post is fouled.
Muse had 3 defenders come over towards her. Not sure who they called the foul on, but as you see here, looking post to post, the Rams are trying to get that ball not to be in the middle.
Farkas called for her first team foul. Kendall Kinzer from Lewiston, Idaho, a transfer from Fresno State. McKenna Hofschild, Ube Atasu, Petra Farkas, Carly Murphy.
And there is Dominique Leonidas for the bucket for the Broncos.
Boise State off to the early 4-0 lead. As Hofschild probing, looking for an opening. Atasu out to Hofschild. Shot clock at 13. Nice backdoor cut for the basket. Nice feed to Kendall Kinzer.
Great drive right there by Hofschild going to the bucket.
Leonidas the other way, can't answer, but the offensive rebound, but a foul against Boise State as they get Elodie Lalonde with the push-off.
Elodie, I like the hustle for the O-boards. However, she pushed off on the defensive player, which caused that offensive foul.
Team fouls now even at 1 as Hofschild works the ball across the floor. A lot of transfers on this Colorado State team. Kinzer, Hofschild, Atasu, Farkas, and Murphy, the starting 5, as there's a 3-ball to give the Rams the lead. Atasu, the transfer from Butler, she's a Nigerian, gives Colorado State the lead as Muse has that one dance off the iron and back quickly Hofschild. But Osley did a good job to get back and impede her drive.
One of the keys today for the Broncos is to contain this Colorado State team because they will push it and drive to the basket.
Atasu throws up the air ball, but the offensive rebound to Murphy. And a whistle, and they're going to get a foul on Boise State. Leonidas with the reach, I believe.
Nice hustle right there by the Colorado State team with that miss on the offensive glass, trying to be able to get that second look at the basket.
Ryan Williams in his 10th season coaching the Rams, the winningest coach in CSU history. Gordy Presnell in his 17th season at Boise State. Over 300 wins as that three-pointer is off the mark, and another rebound pulled down by Lalonde. Two-man game, but now Leonidas from the free throw line. That spins out. Offensive rebound and the putback by Abby Muse. Very active on the board.
Very active by Abby. She was getting position from her defensive player where she was able to get that basket and put it back in.
22 points, 12 rebounds at Colorado State in the season opener as that free three-pointer is off. Muse with another rebound. And Narrow gets it out to Osley. Colorado State in a man. Osley gets the screen from Lalonde. Leonidas from 15, a little strong. Hofschild just 5'5", but she makes this offense go, and there's a ball thrown in the backcourt, and the over and back violation, and the turnover gives the ball to the Broncos, leading by 1 with 6.5 to go in the quarter.
As we see here, Broncos causing a little bit of offensive pressure there. Now let's see if the Broncos can connect on this end of the floor.
Farkas couldn't make the save. Bowers checks in for Boise State. Rachel Bowers, the lone senior, the only other senior on this team, and there's a takeaway by Colorado State. Hofschild with the basketball. McKenna off the mark. Leonidas tips the rebound, and Muse gets the easiest rebound she'll get in her whole career probably. Dominique.
Yeah, no Rams pressing the glass on that one, as there could have been an easy basket had they crashed the boards.
This is Mary Kay Narrow. Nice screen by Bauer. Narrow takes it to the 10, but can't get it to drop. Leonidas for the rebound. Narrow left side, short jumper is good.
And there's an assist by Dominique to her point, to the other guard, Mary Kay Narrow.
Dominique active on the glass, and right now the early going rebounds favor the Broncos 6-3. They lead by 3 on the scoreboard. Murphy drives on Bauer with the right hand and scores.
What a nice play right there by Murphy. Driving middle, spinning baseline, hook through the middle.
Graduate transfer from Wisconsin Green Bay, has her degree in business administration. Leading rebounder in the league by average, and that ball off of Boise State, Abby Muse. We have a timeout on the floor. Broncos lead by 1. Timeout on the Mountain West Network. Some of the crowd here at ExtraMile Arena on a Saturday afternoon. Their home team, the Boise State Broncos, shooting 44% from the field, 4 of 9, holding the Rams to 3 of 8 from the field, and rebounding, favoring the Broncos 6-3. And really, that's a good recipe, Heather, to win any game, is shoot better than your opponent and out-rebound them.
Absolutely, and do it on both ends of the floor. Colorado State has seen some times where they haven't crashed the boards. If they will crash the offensive glass, they could probably get some easy baskets.
Farkas on top to Kinzer. Back to Hofschild, guarded there by Narrow. Shot clock at 15. On the baseline, good defense by the Broncos and almost get the turnover.
It's a nice defensive play by the Broncos right there, coming out of that timeout, pushing the ball baseline for the Colorado State Rams, as you see, causing some disruption, almost getting that turnover.
It looked like Farkas's foot may have been on the baseline. I think Boise State had a legitimate gripe, but now the Rams with 6 on the shot clock. Hofschild throws it away, and there's that defense forcing the turnover.
That's exactly what the Broncos want to see. The entire bench over there on their feet, as we'll see here in the replay, when Hofschild throws it out of bounds.
Narrow to Osley, gets the screen. And now the give and go, and they're going to call the offensive foul on the Broncos. Trista Hull in the game, and she gets called for the offensive foul as we watch it again.
Nice position by the Rams there, being able to get that offensive foul.
Kinzer from Lewiston. Wonder if she's got family who made the drive down from Lewiston, Idaho for this one. 4:10 left here in the first quarter. Murphy. And the drive and a foul, is taking it hard, was Callie Clark, and she gets bumped, and they're going to say it was on the way to the basket, so she'll get free throws.
Yeah, the Rams here are a drive middle team, like to penetrate. Foul right there on the Broncos, which will send her to the free throw line.
Callie Clark from Centennial, Colorado, Cherry Creek High School, a sophomore, a 79% free throw shooter. As the foul was the 4th team foul on Boise State, and now they're ruling a non-shooting foul, so the Rams will inbound on the baseline with Kinzer doing the honors. Murphy hands back to Hofschild, guarded by and stolen away by Leonidas. Great play by Dominique, leading the break 3-on-2. To the trailer, lost it but gets it back, and now Boise State will set the offense for the triple by Anna Osley.
Nice 3 by Anna Osley. Dominique seeing great court awareness, nobody guarding Anna, and she hits the 3.
Defense turns to offense for the Broncos. They lead by 4 as Farkas gets the Murphy screen up top. Hofschild had to keep that one from sailing to the scorer's bench. And the lefty puts up a rainbow jumper that's off the mark, and Abby Muse with another rebound. That is her 5th already this afternoon.
Broncos have had some great defensive stops.
Leonidas cut off, out to Osley. Muse left side, a little strong. But the rebound on the deck, Muse gets it to Leonidas. Against Kinzer, up and under, can't get it to go, but she draws the foul.
Nice hustle by the Broncos there from many of them. Abby Muse diving on the floor, getting that ball to be able to, as you see here, the dive on the floor here. Seeing Leonidas move, foul, sending her to the free throw line.
Kinzer called for the foul. And Dominique Leonidas, an 85% free throw shooter at the foul line. Again, sets up off center, which is a very unique style.
As we've talked about before, do the same thing every time from the free throw line. Make it yours, make it work. 85%, I'm saying it's pretty good.
Leonidas' third point gives the Broncos the 12-7 lead. And now for the Broncos, Jada Clark, the freshman from Richland, Washington, will check in for Leonidas, who gets a breather inside 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Boise State leading by 5. Holding the Rams to just 3 of 9 from the field. Kinzer, Hofschild, and that one is kicked by Colorado State, and it'll be a turnover to the Broncos. Hofschild threw that one off Murphy's shoe tops, and they rule that a turnover. Guess you can't give Colorado State the ball to reward them for kicking it out of bounds. Now the officials are discussing it. One official pointed Bronco ball. Buster's confused. Gordy Presnell's confused. But they're going to rule Colorado State retains possession. And now the outside official, Ken Nash, affirms the call. Watch it again. The ball was thrown off of Murphy's shins. And the Rams get the ball. Tiffany Bird, Teresa Olson, the other two officials here this afternoon. As that drive is good by Ube Atasu.
And she is a driver. She is somebody that wants to go middle, and she will get that shot off of, as we just saw that last play.
Bowers, free throw line jumper, skips off. Rebounded by Sydney Meck now in the game for the Rams. We're being cold as Hofschild throws that one off the back of the iron, gets her own rebound. Out to Meck, her 3 ball on the way is nothing but net to tie the score at 12. We're told the official ruling is an inadvertent whistle on the ball that was thrown off the shins of the Ram player. So we're now tied at 12. 2 of 4 from the 3-point line for the Rams. As Narrow gets cut off, gives it to Osley. Anna behind the Muse screen, gives it to Jada Clark. She'll launch from outside and bury it.
Nice hit right there by Jada, reading that her defender was behind the screen, step back, 3-point play.
Boise State regains the lead by 3. Minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. Hofschild to Meck. Atasu, she'll launch from outside. That's off the mark. And the rebound run down by Jada Clark for the Broncos. Abby Muse up and under. Contact but no whistle. Kinzer, a deep 3 from the top. And Jada Clark, and they settle things down. Colorado State's made some adjustments offensively. They're running their offense a little better against Boise State. But the Broncos got the stop there as that jumper's off the mark. Muse tips, Bowers gets it out. Jada Clark curls in a 3.
Same spot from the last time Jada hit that 3. Colorado State better get on her.
Broncos now 3 of 3 from outside the arc. Under 30 seconds here in the first quarter. This is Kinzer. Hofschild gets the return. A screen from Murphy, and then Murphy hits the deck, and they're going to get a foul on Boise State in the low post.
Rachel Bowers not really happy with that call, as you see here. Looks like a little bit of contact. Colorado State player fell down. Rachel Bowers gets the offense or the personal foul.
Murphy was trying to back down, and Bowers just stepped away, and Murphy was expecting there to be resistance. There was none. She hit the deck, but you're correct, Heather, the foul called against Boise State. That is the 5th team foul against the Broncos. Bowers with her first personal foul. And that'll send Murphy to the line for the bonus. Carly Murphy, a 79% free throw shooter, the only player on this Rams team with experience in the NCAA tournament. She played there as a member of Wisconsin Green Bay's team as she hits the first free throw. Did not play against the Broncos back in December due to an injury, but she hits a couple of free throws, giving her 4 points, and the Bronco lead is 4. Bowers beats the buzzer for the Broncos. Boise State 4 of 4 from three-point range. They lead after one quarter. Back to ExtraMile Arena after this on the Mountain West Network. Boise State a perfect 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, giving them the 20-14 lead.
The Broncos have done it from the three-point line, as you see Jada here hitting that first three-pointer, and then getting another spot, same spot, another three-pointer. Jada leads career high right now with 6 points.
She had 4 points twice, the last time at UNLV about 9 days ago. And Bowers' shot right before the buzzer was a 2, not a 3. So Boise State has the 20-14 lead as we start the second quarter. With the basketball is Anna Prim, the Spaniard. Gives it to Kinzer for Colorado State. Leonidas back in defensively against Atasu rather. And this is Prim. To Farkas. Definite foreign flavor on this Colorado State Ram team. Shot clock down at 2, and that'll be a shot clock violation. No, it won't. Boise State with the rebound as they get the ball back, and Leonidas cans the open free throw line jumper.
Nice way to connect a defensive play, which makes a 2-point bucket on the other end.
Narrow, Leonidas, Lalott, Clark, and Muse, the 5 on the floor in black for Boise State. Kinzer, Atasu, Farkas, Prim, and Murphy in white for Colorado State as Murphy gets her 6th point of the game. She's now the leading scorer for the Rams as she went strong to the glass. Narrow to Jada Clark. Leonidas trying to find an opening to Abby Muse. Here's Lalott and a whistle. They're going to call it for double dribble. Turnover number 4 against Boise State. So watch this one again.
Little double dribble there. Elodie got excited. Knew she could spin middle.
She had the mismatch down low and got, as you said, a little excited and turned the ball over. So the Rams trailing by 6 with the basketball. Farkas outside. Clark does a good job to stay with her. Hofschild from the right angle, no, and Lalott clears the glass. Left open at the free throw line. That one spins off for Leonidas. Broncos 20 points, the most they've scored in a first period this season. In the first quarter, I should say. Kinzer down low to Murphy. Nice play, and the Rams are on the board again.
It's a nice post-to-post play right there by the Rams.
Narrow. Leonidas spots up for 3. That's an air ball. But Lalott with the rebound, and she will go to the line. Took that ball away. It looked like the Rams had the rebound, but Elodie took it away and draws the foul.
That second chance hustle right here by Elodie, getting her hand on it, going up to the basket strong, will send her to the free throw line.
Murphy called for the foul. That is her first. This is one part of Elodie's game that needs a little bit of work. She's just a 39% free throw shooter. And somebody who works down low in the paint is going to draw a lot of fouls. So picking up that side of her game is just going to help her in Boise State.
It definitely is, and sometimes it's a mental game. Players just got to know when they get to that stripe, they're going to hit it every time.
1 of 2 for Lalott. She guards Murphy down low left. Murphy spins and scores with the right hand. Nice move in the low post.
I like the defensive play right there by Elodie. She's keeping her hands up. She is not trying to attack the basket because she knows the Broncos need her in the game to guard Murphy.
Murphy with 10. She's got half of the Rams' points as Osley ran into trouble but gets it out to Leonidas. Dominique in the paint with the left hand, just curls off. Nice move, couldn't finish.
We're seeing that middle dribble drive by both teams as this Colorado State team is a 5-out offensive team that allows that dribble drive and pick and play as we see here.
Murphy off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by Lalott, her 5th of the game. Leonidas just 2 of 8 from the field. Clark, nice move to the baseline. Cut off though, gets it out to Bowers. Rachel back to Leonidas with 10 on the shot clock. Dominique, that one curls in. Shooter's got to keep shooting.
She is, and that's what you want her to do. Continue to shoot because the ball will fall.
Broncos holding that 5-point lead. Atasu off the mark, and Bowers reaches for the extra rebound. Boise State seems to want to push the pace a little bit more than Colorado State does. And a whistle and a reach foul on Atasu. Just seems like Boise State's a little bit more aggressive, getting down the floor, trying to set into their offense sooner.
They are trying to put on Colorado State, but Colorado State's trying to put on Broncos. Both teams are a run and gun team, trying to drive, kind of the 5-out mentality. And the Broncos know, like from the Wyoming game, if they can push and pull and get the easy baskets, a W could follow.
Clark, floater in the free throw line is good. And she's got 8 points and is perfect from the field.
Great player off the bench today for the Broncos. Jada coming in now with 8 points and bringing that spark that the Broncos need. She's
the leading scorer for Boise State. Murphy off the floor now for the Rams. So we'll see how their offense adjusts. Callie Clark in the game along with Meck. This is Callie Clark. This is Gomez. Clara Gomez, a 6'1" freshman from Spain, and the Rams convert as Meck puts it in. Just her 2nd game back after missing 11 with an injury, and now a foul on the Rams will take us to a timeout here in a moment. Lalott will go to the lines. You see Jada Clark. Timeout on the mountain. Boise State by 5, and Heather, I think the Broncos have done a great job so far on McKenna Hofschild. No points, just 2 assists.
She is. McKenna is still trying to do it for this Rams team. However, the Broncos, as part of their keys to the game, is to contain that penetration of Hofschild going to the middle, where then she can create. As you'll see, the Broncos really try to push her to the wing, what makes them drive baseline or penetrate on the weak side, which Hofschild doesn't always want to do, as she's best going right down the middle.
Lalott will go to the free throw line, 1 of 2 there this afternoon. 3 points, 5 rebounds here this afternoon, and she, very nice form, hits the first. We've seen Osley and we've seen Leonidas primarily defending Hofschild as Lalott hits the pair, and Jada Clark's helped out a bit too, so it's really been a team effort against the 5'5" Dynamo guard, and now Leonidas has her defensively, but there's a foul away from the ball against Boise State.
Yeah, that foul is called on Rachel Bowers. 2nd foul for Rachel. Those are the fouls that we don't want to give, especially when they're away from the ball, which then puts Rachel, as we see here. The little body shove there, obviously this is going to be called a foul every time.
Gomez was trying to get to her spot. Bowers impeded it and got the foul as Hofschild cut off by Leonidas, gets the ball out to Meck. Back to Hofschild. Drives on Osley, missed the shot, and a rebound foul And I think they're going to get Boise State's Anna Osley over the back.
Late call. I thought it was good defensive play. Then the foul was called from the bottom official.
So they're actually calling it on the shot, not the rebound. Wow. Okay. Well, McKenna Hofschild, a 74% free throw shooter. And that one off the back iron. 32 points, as we said, against Boise State in the season opener, and a lot of that came in the later stages from the foul line as the Broncos were desperately trying to get back in the game and forcing foul shots, and she converted like she did there.
Yeah, McKenna gets her first point of the game today here with hitting that free throw.
This is Jada Clark. Good ball handler from Richland, Washington, just a freshman. Leonidas tried to get it to Lalott, forced it, and it was taken away by Callie Clark. Kinzer running the floor with the Euro step, but can't get it to drop. Quickly the other way, Leonidas. Corner. Clark misses that three-pointer, and Hofschild quickly the other way.
Both teams are pushing the ball up the floor, trying to get that penetration and an easy basket.
Colorado State is a mismatch down low, but couldn't get the ball to Callie Clark at 6'3", who's being guarded by the much shorter defender for the Broncos, Jada Clark, at 5'4", and that ball goes out of bounds to the Rams. So you watch this one again.
Penetration baseline. Abby Muse knocked it out. Colorado State's ball.
Mary Kay Narrow back in the game for the Broncos. Callie Clark spins and scores. Colorado State's got some very imposing low post players as Narrow answers with a triple.
Nice way for Narrow to come off the bench, hitting that three-pointer.
Bronco lead is 7. Mary Kay with her 5th point of the night, or the afternoon, I should say. And that one around and off for Hofschild, but she drew the foul and will go to the line, attacking the rim.
That is exactly what McKenna wants to do. Push it to the basket, get fouled, get to the free throw line. That's what the Broncos saw when they were in Colorado.
Second foul on Lalott. She will sit as Hofschild back to the free throw line. And that one off the mark. You look at the Mountain West standings coming into this afternoon's game. Colorado State at 3-3, Boise State at 2-4, with some ground they want to make up if they want to advance to the postseason tournament. Broncos will retain the basketball. Narrow, Muse in the corner, and throws that one away. Run down by Atusa, and she scores.
Nice pressure right there by Colorado State, getting that turnover for the Broncos, ending up in an easy basket.
Abby Muse with the right hand draws the foul from Sydney Meck. I was talking about the Mountain West standings. New Mexico on top at 6-0 overall, as you watch this one again as Abby attacks and then gets fouled. Nevada at 4-0 and UNLV at 6-1, and then a big group bunched around the 500 mark, including Colorado State and Boise State just a game behind that mark. So an important game for conference standings this afternoon is Abby Muse is along with the first one, a 65% foul shooter.
Seems to be the talk of conference standings every year, that there's a bunch of teams that are right in the mix, and teams continue to control and do what they know that they can do. That's when things will lay out as the season continues to go on before the tournament play starts.
2:20 to go here in the second quarter. Broncos up by 5. Hofschild. And it's taken away. Good defense by Mary Kay Narrow.
Coach Presnell not happy there, wanting the foul there, as Colorado State did have a mismatch. And Mary Kay was pushed out of the way before she got that turnover.
Osley with the jumper off the mark, crashing the boards, and coming up with it is Meck. Murphy back in the game, into the paint. Ball knocked free and picked up by the Broncos. Now a jump ball is tying up for it is Sydney McQuieter, and the possession arrow favors Boise State.
Yeah, this starts with the play right here by Abby, watching that she can get a hand on that ball as it was being passed, and many Broncos on the floor there trying to get that jump ball.
You know what struck me the most from that replay? You saw McQuieter talking to her teammates, calling out the screen, calling out what's going on, and really that's what you need to do defensively is be communicative, tell your teammates what's going on.
Exactly.
Good job by Sydney, and Boise State gets the ball on the turnover. Narrow drives, can't get it to drop, and Kinzer clears the glass quickly the other way. Comes Atasu, kicks it in the corner for the 3 ball on the way, and good by Sydney Meck.
She is a shooter, and she will hit it from 3 if you leave her wide open.
Shooting almost 60% from 3-point range this season, and it's now a 2-point game as we approach a minute.
And she's a body that's hard to guard as the Colorado State gets a turnover.
And we are tied as Upe Atasu gets the steal on a miscommunication by Boise State. And Colorado State has tied it under a minute to go. Narrow. Leonidas. Down low for Abby News, and she scores.
Nice pick and roll right there by the Broncos. Dominique seeing that there's that little niche right there, getting the ball to Abby for the easy bucket up.
5 for Abby. About a 4-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. 12, 11, 10 on the shot clock now for the Rams. Murphy outside on McQuieter. Murphy spins, throws up a right hand and scores.
Not something Murphy can do. She is one that will put this Colorado State team.
And Leonidas travels. She wanted to get that shot off 1.2 seconds ago. We're tied at 35, and the Rams will get the last possession of the first half.
If you're the Broncos, you just need hands up. It's enough time for a shot to get off, but just be in.
Murphy at the horn. Are they going to count it? They're going to replay it. Murphy, they threw it down low to Murphy against McQuieter, and I could not tell if she beat the horn or not. Here we go.
Let's see.
No, that ball is still in her hand. They should wipe out that basket, and we should be tied going into the half. We will let you know the result of the replay review as we return at the half from ExtraMile Arena. Welcome back to ExtraMile Arena with Heather Berry. I am Mark Snyder, and as we had surmised as we went to the halftime break, they wiped out the last basket by Murphy at the end of the quarter as she still had it in her hand when the buzzer sounded, but she still leads everybody in scoring with 12 points. Let's look at the team stats right now. Boise State had bottled Colorado State up very well in that first quarter, but the Rams a much better second quarter, Heather, and shooting better than the Broncos from the field here in the first half.
The Rams are shooting better from the field, but it is the Broncos shooting better than the Rams at the three-point line. As you see there, 67%. And the Broncos, why they are still neck and neck with the Rams, is they continue to turn the ball over, and the Rams are putting the basket in when they get those turnovers.
Points off turnovers, the Rams have 4, the Broncos have 3 points. As you see the turnovers there, 8-5 in favor of, or actually to the detriment of Boise State. Rebounding, Boise State controls that 17-12, but another big number, we talked about the free throw disparity when these two teams played in Fort Collins earlier this season. pretty even things right now.
It is. The Broncos have definitely taken what happened in Colorado and put it today with their defensive scheme, and they've done a great job in this first half of maintaining that defensive scheme, and one of those being Hofschild. As we know, Hofschild does not have a field goal in the first half, although she does have 1 point. She has been held to no field goals by the Broncos during her career for 2 times, which has been against the Broncos here today and in the Mountain West tournament.
Boise State has led for almost 18 minutes of this contest. We've had 3 ties and 2 lead changes, and Boise State has led for the majority of the game as they have reached the halftime break tied 35 all. The other number that kind of stands off to me is when you look at the rebounding numbers, Boise State a little better on the offensive glass, 5-3. And with the size that Colorado State has inside with Murphy and Gomez and Clark, Boise State more than holding their own on the offensive glass.
They are, and the Broncos are a team that definitely likes to rebound and push the boards. And as we see here, second chance points, Broncos are with 9, and that comes from the offensive glass. Obviously, the other part that's been great is both teams have had great bench points coming from Jada and from others on the Colorado Rams team.
But the Rams using their inside game out, scoring Boise State in the paint 22-6, and a big part of that, as we had talked about, as Carly Murphy with 12 points here at the half, shooting 5 of 7 from the field. She's just a few points away, the 6 points shy of her season best, an 18-point effort against Oral Roberts. She's a career best of 30 points against Central Michigan, so a ways to go, and Boise State hopes that she gets nowhere near that number today. But the inside game of Colorado State definitely paying off this afternoon.
It is. The Broncos have also done a great job on the defensive end, where our posts are not in foul trouble as we've seen it during this season. They're playing Murphy as a great way and just letting her be able to get a shot off but put some pressure on it so it's not an easy one.
Fouls, as you talked about, really the overall fouls 8-6. So Boise State doing a good job of playing defense with their feet, not reaching, not using their hands. A few silly fouls we saw early in the contest, but you know, the coaches always say you play defense with your feet and you talk. Boise State's done a good job of that this afternoon.
They have. The Broncos are trying to keep the ball out of that middle as both teams really try to push the ball on both ends, that they know if they can get the ball in the middle, they'll find somebody that's off on a defensive scheme, which allows them to find their teammate for an easy bucket.
Tied at 35 at the half. We'll be back with more halftime activities from ExtraMile Arena after this timeout, live on the Mountain West Network. And welcome back to ExtraMile Arena, tied at 35 at the break. Boise State and Colorado State, some of the individuals leading the way for each team. When you look at Boise State, we talked a lot about Dominique Leonidas, and she has really been everything as advertised so far for the Broncos.
She is. She's got 7 points in the first half, and she is not only shooting, but she is finding her teammates with 4 assists in the first half.
Leonidas, though, not the leading scorer for Boise State today. So far, that honor goes to Jada Clark. She has 8 points on 3 of 4 from the field, including 2 of 3 from three-point range. But Leonidas defensively doing a big number on McKenna Hofschild. The other way for Colorado State, we've talked about her already. Carly Murphy, 12 points, and she's commanding the inside.
She is a post that is one to be reckoned with. She can drive it from the top. She has this jump hook, as you'll see here, which is super pretty, and it goes in, and she loves the step through, as you'll see, spin middle, jump hook, and she's doing it for the Rams team.
The transfer from Wisconsin Green Bay, part of the reason why points in the paint favor the Rams 22-6. She has 12 points to lead all scores. Other scoring leaders, Tasu with 9 and Meck with 8. Hofschild, their leader, just 2 points, 2 assists, and as you said, no field goals in that first half.
It is, and that's unlike Hofschild, but she will continue to come out. She is a leader of this team. She will, if she can't do it on the scoring, she will try to find her teammates. She is one that this Rams team will look up to, and for them to gather in this halftime to come out with a defensive play, an offensive scheme of what will happen in the second half, I'm ready to see what the Rams have in store.
Balanced scoring for Boise State behind the 8 by Clark and the 7 by Leonidas. Abby Muse with 5, Elodie Lalott with 5, Mary Kay Narrow with 5, Anna Osley with 3. So a good diverse scoring attack for the Broncos. Atasu with 9 and Mech with 8, as I said, for Colorado State, as Boise State and the Rams tied at 35. As we've reached intermission, live on the Mountain West Network from ExtraMile Arena. Second half action comes your way next. Stay with us. And welcome back to ExtraMile Arena. Boise State and Colorado State tied at 35 at the halftime mark. Take a look at conference standings on this Saturday afternoon in the Mountain West Conference. We are not the only game going on this afternoon. New Mexico leads the conference, riding a 7-game winning streak, and right now they are trailing at home with about 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, trailing Fresno State by 9, 49-40. Nevada at 4-0 and 12-4 overall on a 4-game winning streak. They host UNLV later this afternoon in a big matchup between the second and third place teams. Fresno State at 3-2, and then there's the Rams and then the Broncos at 2-4. And we talked earlier, Heather, they're tightly bunched in the middle. San Jose State and Utah State bringing up the rear. So really this game means a lot to both teams when you look at seeding and thinking about the conference tournament.
It does, with so many teams so close in the standings. Every game is a great game to get a W, and that helps, as they will make the pack eventually try to seed out, showing who's at the top from who's at the bottom. But I feel like we talk about this every year, that there is this big mass of teams that are kind of beating up and winning against each other, which then eventually, as the season goes on, will lay everything out for the conference tournament.
Utah State looking for their first conference win. They're on a 9-game losing streak. They're leading Wyoming by 10 in the third quarter. And then later today, it's San Jose State and New Mexico. San Jose State taking on, whoops, they can't be playing Air Force as well. So we'll check that. But we're back in action here in the second half. Boise State, as Colorado State missing that shot. Murphy down low. And here come the Broncos. Underneath, Osley breaks the tie.
What court awareness right there by Dominique, seeing Osley slash to the basket, nobody finding her for that easy bucket.
5 now for Anna Osley. This is Farkas. Petra outside to Atasu, who fires the jumper and missed, and Abby Muse clears the rebound, her 6th of the contest. Mary Kay Narrow gets the return pass. Colorado State sitting back in a zone. And Muse tries to fight over it and missed the shot, but Leonidas gets the rebound, and the Broncos get a fresh possession.
Nice handles right there by Dominique, getting her hand on that so the Broncos can retain possession.
And they're going to call Abby Muse for a bad screen, sticks the leg out and gets called for the foul. So
we'll see here. Nice handles right there by Dominique, keeping the possession to the Broncos.
37-35 Boise State. The score on your screen is wrong. Broncos by 2. As Hofschild drives and draws the foul. Leonidas with her first personal foul. And Hofschild trying to make something happen, not able to score from the field so far today. 2 of 4 from the foul line, and she'll get a couple free throws.
Miscue right there by the Broncos on defense, as you didn't see on the screen, but the Broncos reconnected to show how they're trying to guard that screen, knowing that that's how they've kept Hofschild to 0 field goals in the first half.
And she continues to be a 50% foul shooter today, as Lalott collects her team high 8th rebound this afternoon. Osley gets the screen, kicks it out to Lalott. Left elbow jumper, swish.
Nice bucket right there by Lalott, and drive penetration, which caused that.
Lalott's outside shot is deceptively smooth. You'd think that she'd be more of an inside player. As Muse with the block, and it's Narrow with the block, but they call her for the foul. Looked clean, but I think she got her underneath with the push.
She did. Mary Kay jumping. Boy, was it pretty that she got all ball, but that push with the body is what got her there.
Hofschild back at the free throw line. 3 of 6 from the stripe this afternoon, make it 4 of 7. As she has split each of her trips to the line. Makes a pair, and the Bronco lead is down to 1. As Narrow weaves it into the forecourt. Gets the Muse screen. Kicks it back to Lalott. She'll try again from the free throw line. That dips out. And the rebound by Kinzer. Hofschild. Murphy. Ball's taken away by the Broncos. Leonidas. To Osley for the layup. Textbook fast break.
Great drive right there by the Broncos, pushing the ball after a steal. Second chance points for the Broncos there.
Atasu out to Hofschild in the corner. She'll fire from there and bury her first triple of the game, her first field goal of the game. We're tied at 41.
Hofschild is the player that will continue to do it, as she will always shoot the ball when she's open.
So will Leonidas, but that one off the mark. But Abby Muse with the rebound, pushes off, doesn't get the foul called, and the jumper curls in for Narrow. I thought for sure Abby could have gotten a foul. She cleared out with her off arm, but the officials let it go, and the Broncos regain the lead. And now an offensive foul. Murphy setting a bad screen, and head coach Ryan Williams doesn't agree with that call.
As we see here,
Murphy was definitely not set.
she was not set. She needed to stay still. The Broncos defended that perfectly.
Be interesting to see what adjustments Colorado State's going to make it the second half to get Hofschild some space to operate, because Boise State bottled her up so well in the first half. Osley off the mark for the Broncos, and Kinzer with another rebound, her 7th of the contest. Atasu gets the Murphy screen out on top to Murphy. Carly will drive on Lalott right at the right hand, missed that one. And Narrow with the rebound for Boise State. She'll fire. Missed short front rim.
Nice look by Mary Kay. She will hit those, and it's a shot I want her to take.
Just a second rebound for Murphy for Colorado State. She's the leading rebounder in the conference. Hofschild gets the return pass. 10 on the shot clock. Spins in the lane and scores. Can't stop that.
No, that dribble penetration right down the middle is exactly what the Rams want to do, and Hofschild will continue to do that the rest of this game.
And Kinzer with the block on Dominique Leonidas.
What a block by Colorado State there, as we see here. That wingspan, all ball. Could have been some.
Got a lot of arm in the early going, but it wasn't called.
The referees are allowing both teams to play a little bit stronger here.
Ball loose. Picked up by Colorado State. Sydney Meck came up with that loose ball for the Rams. They can look to take the lead on this possession with 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Meck out on top to Kinzer. And here's Hofschild. She'll fire another 3. That's off the mark. And Boise State's Abby Muse with the rebound. Her 10th in the game. Osley with the offensive board, but can't convert. And here comes the Rams. Numbers for Boise State defensively. And Owatu with the shot missed, but the rebound pulled down by Clark. And the steal for the Broncos. Abby Muse.
What a block and a bucket by Abby Muse.
That gets the crowd going here at ExtraMile Arena. Boise State by 2.
Abby has a long arm span, which helps her lead the team with blocks, as we see on that one.
Mack. Hofschild gets the screen from Clark. Back to Clark. She'll fire from the top. That's off the mark. Leonidas with the rebound. The pass in the low post is out of the reach of Bowers, and it'll be out of bounds to the Rams. We go to break as we watch the block and the layup by Abby Muse. Broncos by 2. Boise State leading by 2, and transition game has been a big reason why.
Both teams are pushing the ball up the floor, as we see here. The Broncos are doing a great job attacking, finding the open player, leading by Dominique, who's finding Abby on both of, or finding Osley on both of those easy buckets.
And then the Abby Muse block and layup. Boise State with the 2-point lead. Colorado State has missed their last 4 field goals, trying to end that drought as Anna Prim is in the game. Gives it to Callie Clark. Clark in the lane, missed that shot, but gets her offensive rebound and throws it through the hands of a teammate, but Prim runs it down. Anna Prim sets from the top. Too strong. Bowers with the board. And Callie Clark at the other end on a nice feed by Upe Atasu. Transition game for the Rams, and they trail by 3. Bowers outside, skips off the iron, no. Kinzer with the board. Atasu. Out to Mack. Mack drives and scores. And a timeout taken by Boise State head coach Gordy Presnell as the Bronco lead cut to 1, 2:21 to go, third quarter. We're back next on the Mountain West Network. Boise State holding Colorado State to 25% shooting from the field here in the third quarter, but the Rams have scored the last couple baskets, and they have pulled to within 1 as we have Boise State basketball with 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Mary Kay Narrow in the forecourt. Osley gets the screen from Lalott out to Clark. Jada gives back to Osley. Who's the point's going to come from? They try Lalott down low. Kinzer takes it away, but Osley gets it down low for Bowers, who scores.
Nice court awareness by Osley, seeing that Trista Hull's
Trista Hull.
Trista Hull's defensive player came over to help Lalott, causing her to be open for that bucket.
Hull had 10 points and 6 rebounds in the loss against Colorado State in December. Those are her first points this afternoon. Atasu will fire and skip that one off the mark. And there's Trista Hull with the rebound. Narrow, back to Hull. Hull with a head of steam, throws it away behind Osley. The ball is on the deck, and a jump ball favors the Broncos on the alternating possession, and that was just a lazy pass, no other way to put it.
Yeah, Trista Hull tried to drive right down the middle, as you see here, and thought Anna was coming around. Unfortunately, it caused a turnover for the Broncos. Now Colorado State ball.
Well, the arrow favored the Broncos, I thought, but now they gave the ball to Colorado State. So maybe they were quick on the switch and changed the arrow. Here's Hofschild, 12-footers off the mark. And Elodie Lalott with her 9th rebound. Jada Clark, who was so hot in that first half. Back to Lalott, back to Clark. Shot clock down to 10. Osley, Boise State, outside to Jada Clark. Her triple is an air ball and goes out of bounds. Broncos a little discombobulated offensively, missing Leonidas' leadership perhaps, and nobody really sure of who's going to take charge.
Yeah, that's a shot right there that Jada's hit two from today. Unfortunately, it was a little long. I agree with you. Broncos on that possession looked like they didn't really know what was going on. Unfortunately, turned over. Now Colorado State ball.
Murphy fouled on a reach by Lalott. Now the third personal foul on Elodie. Not a shooting situation, but you don't want Elodie to get in foul trouble. And quickly, Abby Muse off of Gordy Presnell's bench, and Elodie will sit.
And Gordy knows he's got to keep Elodie, as this game will be neck and neck through the remainder of regulation.
Hofschild Lost the dribble but got it back. 6 on the shot clock. Farkas to Atasu. Right corner, Kinzer at the shot clock buzzer, missed that one. Osley with 6 seconds, looking for a spot where she can get a shot off. She fires, and it's going to be short, and we've played 3 quarters, and it's a 3-point Boise State lead. They outscore the Rams 15-12 in that third quarter. And after 3 quarters of play, the Broncos by 3 on the Mountain West Network. Maybe not the most artistically pleasing or aesthetically pleasing third quarter, but Boise State will take it, Heather, as they have the 3-point lead as we start the final quarter of play.
It is. The third quarter was not a great quarter by both teams, both not shooting great, but finding open shots to take. Let's hope this fourth quarter brings a little bit of energy, as now it's going to come down to who wants it more.
Narrow, Osley, Hull, Clark, and Muse on the floor for the Broncos. Is Clark, Jada, cut off in the lane, back out to Narrow. Plenty of time to work with on the shot clock as Mary Kay backs it out to Hull. Corner for a 3-ball, which is good for Jada Clark, adding to her career best. She's now got 11, and the Bronco lead is 6.
Nice court awareness right there by Trista Hull as she drove middle. She saw that the defender went out to help her, which then left Jada open for that 3.
Kinzer. Murphy down low with the right hand, off the iron, no. Rebound by Boise State's Abby Muse, her 11th. Kinzer, Hofschild, Atasu, Meck, and Murphy, the 5 in white for Colorado State. Boise State in the black uniforms are 1-2 this season wearing the black. They're hoping to even their mark at 500 with a win this afternoon. Backdoor cut led a little too far for Mary Kay Narrow. Great idea by Trista Hull. The pass just a little too far out in front.
It is. Trista Hull saw it. Mary Kay was almost there. I like where Trista's at, looking at her court awareness. The Broncos got to take care of the ball this quarter. Time and score is going to come down to it.
13th turnover by the Broncos. Colorado State's turned it over just 7 times as Murphy drives on Muse. Cut off nicely by Abby and throws it away. Trista Clark, Jada Clark with the ball, my mistake. And this is Jada, spots for 3. Looked good, but it wasn't. The offensive rebound, though, by the Broncos, and then Kinzer takes it away. Quick outlet to Meck. Meck, nice move, but missed the shot. Trista Hull got the rebound. Here's Anna Osley. Trista Clark drives, hits the side of the backboard with the shot, and then there's a whistle. I'm not sure what the whistle is for. Is it an injury or a...
Signaled on the baseline.
Not sure why the whistle blew, but Colorado State gets the basketball. So we will resume play with Boise State leading 53-47. Under 8 minutes to go in this one. Hofschild skids to a stop, gets it out to Farkas. Her triple on the way, in and out. Rebound comes to Jada Clark for Boise State. Broncos have numbers if they hurry. Jada to the trailer, Osley. Osley for 3, count it!
Buckets by Osley.
13 for Osley, and the Bronco lead is 9. Too strong with that triple. But Hofschild runs it down. Atasu, she buries the 3. Long shots give you long rebounds, and Colorado State benefits. And we have a timeout on the floor taken by Colorado State. 7:04 to go. Broncos by 6 on the Mountain West Network. Little over 7 minutes left in this one, and the Boise State lead is 6. Dominique Leonidas checks back in for Boise State. She joins Narrow, Mosley, Hull, on the floor. That's an air ball by Narrow and out of play. So Boise State empty on that possession. And that look says it all for Cordy Presnell. Kinzer, Hofschild, Atasu, Farkas, and Clark on the floor for the Rams. This is Hofschild down low. The layup on the running play by Callie Clark cuts the lead down. And now a travel on the Broncos. And right now things are falling apart for Boise State. 5 straight points by the Rams.
Colorado State has come out and brought some energy with that drive to the bucket, finding the open player and then getting that turnover on the inbounds.
Atasu in the lane off the window. 7-0 run for the Rams. Cuts the 9-point lead down to 2.
The Broncos need to take a little time, get a great possession.
Leonidas to settle things down, the senior at the free throw line. Out to Muse. Abby, hands behind her to Jada Clark. They're overplaying Mary Kay Narrow, and so Trista Clark finally gets it to her with 5 on the shot clock. Narrow's runner is off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by the Rams. Quick outlet pass to Farkas. Farkas behind everybody ties the score. A 9-0 run by Colorado State, and we are tied at 56.
Coach Presnell trying to get his team back in this, knowing that there is much time to play with over 5 minutes to play.
Colorado State's defense has turned up the intensity, and Boise State is struggling to find anything going. A shot missed by Muse. She gets the rebound and puts it in. That breaks the 9-0 run over about a minute 20-second span of time.
Nice second chance points right there by Muse.
9 points, 12 rebounds for Abby. And now the rebound by Boise State's Trista Hall off that missed shot. Hofschild still just 2 field goals, 10 points. Muse with the drive, and she draws the foul. Will go to the line with 5:01 to go in the contest.
Abby does so well when she catches that ball up there at the free throw line. As she drives it here, she's got those long legs that let her take those 2 steps with getting some contact there, which will put her to the free throw line. Abby is at 9 points and 12 rebounds. Her hitting one of these will be a double-double for her this game.
She has 5 double-doubles on the season, trying to make it 6 after the first one was no good. There's her 6th double-double, and now Bowers checks in for Muse. Osley back in for Boise State. Lalott back in for the Broncos as well. Kinzer, Hofschild, Atasu, Farkas, and Clark on for Colorado State. Narrow, Osley, Leonidas, Lalott, and Muse. Bowers on for Boise State, or Lalott. That ball stripped through, a jump ball, and this time the arrow favors the Rams of Colorado State.
Nice hustle right there by both teams with that long O-board coming from that 3-point shot. Anna and Lalott both got their hands on that.
Elodie Lalott playing with 3 personal fouls. There's Callie Clark, free throw line jumper, skips off the mark, and Lalott with another rebound, her 9th. Hands the ball back behind her to Dominique Leonidas, and her pass deflected and stolen away. Tried to force that pass down low to Lalott. Instead, it's Hofschild the other way to Atasu. Atasu attacks, missed the shot, but she will draw the foul against Leonidas and go to the line.
Atasu has brought it late in the second half as her drive here. She leads the Rams with 14 points today.
Leonidas and Lalott now with 3 fouls apiece for Boise State. Atasu is 76% free throw shooter, is strong with the first on her first attempt of the game. Broncos lead by 3 with 4:20 to go here in the contest. Remember, it was a 4-point game in Fort Collins earlier this season. That one missed, and the ball poked out of bounds by the Rams. So Boise State gets the advantage of an empty trip down the floor for Colorado State.
As we were talking about with Abby Muse, who's now sitting on the bench, that is her 6th double-double for her this season, as she also had a double-double last time Boise State played the Rams.
Lalott, free throw line jumper, looked good, but it skipped a little strong off the back iron, and Murphy gathers the ball for the Rams. 4 minutes left in this one as Hofschild gives it to Otasu. Farkas with some speed, down low for Murphy, puts it in.
That little jump hook that Murphy likes to do.
14 for Murphy, but her first points of the second half. And the lead is 1 for the Broncos. And that ball into the post, knocked away, and Murphy with the steal. Colorado State can take the lead with this possession as Otasu will go to the free throw line. Mary Kay Narrow protests, but will not be successful.
I'm not sure what the referee saw here as Colorado State ran into her own player.
Boy, that was a questionable call, and Gordy Presnell is letting Ken Nash hear about it. Unless we can see it again, maybe a Bronco pushed a Ram into the Ram. Let's see it again.
I'd have to, Gordy Presnell still hot over there. Every possession matters this close in this game. I understand why Coach Presnell is on the referees with that call.
First free throw ties it. Bowers called for the foul, her third. The official was not in a good position to see it. He only saw the collision. He didn't see that it was with a Ram to a Ram. And Colorado State takes the lead as they've outscored the Broncos here in the fourth quarter, 13-9, and lead 60-59. Osley tries to get free from Hofschild. Bowers drops it.
Broncos just need to
settle
be
down.
patient.
Settle down. Osley. Leonidas with 6 on the shot clock. No good. Rebound Murphy with good position on the boards. 3 minutes left, and Colorado State has the ball in a 1-point lead.
Time and score is going to be huge for both teams.
As Farkas extends the lead to 4, the biggest lead of the game for Colorado State. And Gordy Presnell takes the timeout, and we will keep it right here in this fourth quarter. Right now, Heather has really fallen apart for Boise State. Just 3 of 10 from the field, while Colorado State is shooting 6 of 13, including 2 of 5 from long range.
Yeah, Colorado State is on a 7-0 run over the last minute and 12 seconds, as the Broncos have not scored in the last 2 minutes and 23 seconds, which is causing the Broncos to be down by 4. As I've been talking about, time and score, and a lot of that comes with experience and understanding how games late like this, every possession counts, every possession matters.
You know, you look at Boise State, and they have played a whole lot of really close games this year, and unfortunately for the Broncos, have not won many of those close games. You know, losing by 3 to Louisiana Tech, by 2 to Seattle, or excuse me, lost 2 to Seattle University, 4-point loss to New Mexico. I mean, they have to learn how to close in close games, as Osley is off with that one, and here come the Rams the other way. Hofschild gets the ball back from Murphy. This is Kinzer. Otasu. She's been a spark plug here in this second half, but that one is off the mark, and the rebound is the 10th for Lalott.
2 minutes left in this ball game.
And a whistle. Farkas called with the hold. Just the second team foul on Colorado State, as you see her holding Abby Muse down low. Abby had good post position, so the Broncos inbound to Leonidas. Lalott strong under good defensive pressure, but the ball stays at the Boise State end, as Farkas was the last to touch it.
Broncos set up this baseline out of bounds play.
Lalott. Narrow. Bronco scoring drought is now over 3 minutes in length. And that one will end the drought as Leonidas with her 9th point.
It's just what the Broncos needed.
Now they need a stop defensively with 1:26 to go and a 3-point deficit. But this Colorado State team knows how to handle itself in these situations with some veteran leadership. Ball on the deck, and they're going to call a timeout, will the Rams. That ball was poked away from behind Otasu. As you check it out again, Leonidas and Osley there, and somebody, the coach, called timeout. I'm not so sure that Colorado State had the ball in their possession when he called the timeout, but the official granted it nonetheless.
They did. Nice. It was a nice defensive play right there by the Broncos, and Colorado State obviously was able to call timeout, allowing both teams to talk it over. With 1:14 left, both teams are talking about what they're going to do on the offensive side and what they're going to do on the defensive side, because time and score does matter. With Colorado State being up by 2, the Broncos being down by 2, obviously the game plan is a little different for both sides.
Broncos in action next Wednesday at Wyoming, while Colorado State will play at Fresno on Monday. But right now the matter at hand is Boise State and Colorado State with 1:08 to go in the contest. Murphy drives with 2 on the shot clock, missed it. Osley with the rebound. Good defensive pressure by Elodie Lalott. Under a minute to go, Broncos down 2. Narrow. Colorado State overplaying the passing lanes. Leonidas for the tie, no. Rebound Muse. Abby in traffic, puts it up. She draws the foul with 41 seconds to go.
Nice strength right there by Abby. Getting that second chance points, getting the O board, realizing she doesn't have anybody to pass to, and going up strong, which sends her to the free throw line. As you see here, strong, not realizing it, and going up in between 2 defenders. Great work by Abby.
That one spins off for Abby. 65% free throw shooter. Missed them both, but the rebound, Lalott missed the shot. Rebound, Narrow with the basket and the foul. Count it for the Broncos.
That's what O boards can do for you. 2 O boards right there on that possession gives the Broncos a chance for a 3-point play.
Mary Kay Narrow ties it with 37.2 seconds to go. Boise State's 15th offensive rebound. And this to give Boise State the lead. She does. Colorado State takes the timeout. They have 1 left, and Boise State pounding the offensive glass, and it's really rare to see on a free throw.
It is, as you see here, all those Colorado State players not boxing out, which gives the Broncos an opportunity to get that O boards. At the line, that is not a spot you should ever let the offensive team get a board, because you have the right position to be able to box out all players on the line. So if you're Colorado State, what are we talking about right now?
Yeah, you're talking about, I'm thinking get the ball down low to Carly Murphy or McKenna Hofschild. Let's do a quick game reset. 37 seconds to go. Broncos have the possession arrow. They only have 2 fouls, so free
They've
throws.
got a foul to give.
They've got a foul to give, and 2 timeouts left. The Rams have 4 fouls and 1 timeout left.
So that means the Rams cannot foul. If they do, sends the Broncos to the line.
And with the shot clock, Boise, even if Colorado State runs the shot clock all the way down, the Broncos will get the ball, provided they can rebound a miss or after a made basket. I would look for Murphy down low, and really the spark plug in the second half has been Upe Atasu.
She has been.
With her drives to the basket. Kinzer will inbound. Hofschild stands near midcourt, but instead they go down low to Otasu. On top to Kinzer, back to Otasu. There's Murphy. Lalana on her. Murphy backs down low. Stolen by Leonidas! 23 seconds ago, the shot clock is off, and a foul called against Colorado State. Leonidas, as Murphy was backing down low, picked her pocket and will go to the line.
Nice come from behind where Murphy could not see the defensive player come to get her. And great court awareness and great time and score by Leonidas, knowing we have possession, we've got the lead, make them foul us, we go to the free throw line.
1 of 2 from the line today. These are huge. Still a 1 possession game and will be even with a make. But you have to like a 3-point lead instead of a 2-point lead where a 3 would only tie.
Yeah, the Broncos, after this possession, need to be great and get a defensive stop.
Hits them both. The Rams now in a scoring drought of 2 minutes and 25 seconds, and the Broncos' 6-0 run has given them the 3-point lead with 22 seconds to go, and a timeout taken by Colorado State. They are out of timeouts, and so they're going to have to now focus, first thing, Heather, on just inbounding the ball, because you can't call a timeout if they're getting close to a 5-second count.
Right, that's where the Broncos, we were just talking about getting a great defensive stop. 5 seconds, don't let them get the ball in. You get the ball at your side of the basket. And over the last little bit of this fourth quarter, the Broncos had not scored in almost 2.5 minutes, and the tables have turned, and now Colorado State has not scored in 2.5 minutes. So it's been a run of 14 points, flip-flop. The Broncos had not scored up by 7 and flipped. Now Colorado State on the other side.
Now with a 3-point deficit, that takes Murphy out of the equation down low. So now you have to defend against the 3-point shot. This is Hofschild. She'll drive and is fouled, and I'm not so sure about that one, as the foul is called, I think, against Leonidas. No, Osley is called for the foul.
I thought it went off Hofschild's body.
There was that reach there by Osley that they called the foul. Hofschild has not had a good day from the foul line. She's now 5 of 9, and with 17.4 seconds to go and a 3-point Boise State lead, this can only cut it to 2.
The Broncos need a box out here.
Hofschild with the free throw made, and now Gordy Presnell takes a timeout. So now, Heather, we put you in Gordy Presnell's huddle. What's your strategy leading by 2 with 17.3 seconds left?
I would want to get the ball into my best free throw shooter, because the only way Colorado State can get another chance at the basket is to foul. They have to foul because we were up by 2. We as being the Broncos could just run the ball, run the timeout, and then we win. Colorado State is going to have to foul quickly, puts Broncos to the line so they can get another chance at the basket.
We look at this scoring streak that Boise State has used late to give them the lead. Leonidas with that jumper, the offensive rebound, and big putback by Narrow to give Boise State the lead. And then here's the steal by Leonidas, and Dominique was fouled and made both free throws after this steal.
That's a veteran player right there, and what Dominique did on that play.
So Mary Kay Narrow, a 78% free throw shooter. Osley just 44%, Leonidas 85%, Muse 65%, but Jada Clark is perfect on the season from the free throw line, but you don't want to put a freshman in this position. So the inbounds pass comes to Abby Muse, and she is immediately fouled by Kinzer. Abby is 2 of 6 from the line this afternoon, so that's the player you want to foul if you're Colorado State, her or Lalott. And now 2 free throws upcoming for Abby Muse. These are critical. Friendly roll. The Bronco lead is 3.
Colorado State did exactly what they needed to do on that inbounds play. They did not let Mary Kay get the ball or Leonidas get the ball.
But Muse spoils the strategy with 2 free throws. It's a 4-point game. Boise State now just has to avoid the foul. Hofschild in and out. Rebound picked up by the Broncos, Leonidas. They're going to win this basketball game as Murphy fouls Dominique Leonidas with 3.4 seconds to go. And Abby Muse, have a game, Abby. 13 rebounds, 12 points, and 2 clutch free throws in the final seconds.
Clutch free throws by Abby. Great to hit those 2 from the foul line near the end of the game that sealed this game for the Broncos.
Leonidas 3 of 4 from the stripe. She's got 11. Broncos with 5 players in double figures this afternoon. Very balanced scoring. And the big surprise is Jada Clark's 11 points. You expect Muse, Leonidas, Osley, and Narrow to score, but some really unexpected points from Jada today. That one missed. Kinsler with the rebound. And that's the final score. Boise State, a huge 5-point win, holding Colorado State without a field goal in the last 2 minutes and 44 seconds. And the Broncos with a big 69-64 win here this afternoon against the Colorado State Rams. And Boise State now improves to 3-4 in the Mountain West, and now tied with Colorado State at 3-4 in the conference standings. And maybe, just maybe, Heather, this young team is learning how to win the close games.
They are. They had their keys to the game. Control penetration in the middle, continue to dominate the boards, which they did as the Colorado State Rams had 30 rebounds today and the Broncos had 48, which obviously helped them from many times when we saw Mary Kay get that 3-point play on the other side, which helped seal the deal for the Broncos.
Boise State on the offensive glass, 15-8. So they just, as you just said, Heather, dominated on the glass, and that was a huge factor in this game as Boise State holds on to win by a score of 69-64. So many people you can talk about this afternoon. You see there 33, Abby Muse, Elodie Lalott got in early foul trouble but managed to come back. She played extremely well, 11 rebounds, 7 points, stayed on the floor, which you said she had to do. Murphy had 12 points in the first half and just 2 in the second half. That's good team defense against the big down low.
It is. I would say I'd attribute that to Elodie coming in, being great presence in the post, not allowing Murphy, who was going off in the first half, to come in and put that stop to her, as the Broncos did a great job with Murphy and Hofschild today with putting the defensive stop to them.
Mary Kay Narrow, the sophomore from Beaverton, Oregon's Beaverton High School, will join us here in a moment to talk about this big win as Boise State improves now to 7-11. Mary Kay Narrow, Mark Snyder, and Heather Barry with us. What a win by the Broncos. Talk about the emotions right now with this contest.
I think we're all just really excited. I think you saw it out on the floor. We left it all out on the floor, and it's just awesome to see it pay off. And I was just proud of everyone for stepping up. So.
You had that big rebound and putback on the missed free throw. Were you surprised that you were able to do that? Because offensive rebounds on a missed free throw, the advantage is definitely on the defensive side.
I think people underestimate me standing down there, because they're the big post players, and they're like, oh, it's just this little guard over here. So I was kind of like, let's see if I can go get it, and I did. So it worked out in my favor.
Mary Kay, talk to us about your guys' game plan today, knowing Hofschild went off when you guys were at Colorado State, and obviously Murphy being a big presence in the post. What did you guys do as a team today to shut both of those players down from what they normally do?
Especially with Hofschild, she loves to get in the middle, and she just creates really well after getting in the middle. So our focus was you got to make her pick a side, and then we're just going to get through and keep her in front. And I thought everyone did a great job that I know we all took it personally about how well she played last game, so we really wanted to step it up defensively. And the post players did a great job down low with keeping Murphy in front, which was awesome to see.
Broncos had 5 players in double figures today, and perhaps the biggest surprise was Jada Clark's 11 points. She was a real spark plug.
Yeah.
How's that help things out when somebody like Jada comes in and just goes off?
It helps a ton because it's just that extra little burst of energy, and it gives people a break maybe that are taking heavy minutes, and she just, I think, really did a good job stepping up and just coming in and being ready to play in the moment. So I was really proud of her.
Mary Kay, congratulations. Good luck on the road at Wyoming.
Thank you.
Mary Kay Narrow as Boise State wins 69-64. The Broncos on the glass when it mattered, holding Colorado State down near the end, and they get away with the win.
Great win by the Broncos today as they finish this one. Obviously, it's a very close one, wanting to get a little revenge from what happened in Colorado at the at the league opener. So great win by the Broncos.
That wraps things up from ExtraMile Arena for our entire crew and Heather Berry. I'm Mark Snyder. Have a great Saturday afternoon.